Hi everyone, welcome to the Sports Latte. I'm your host Janae Robinson and it's a pleasure to have you tuned in again today. My aim is to have you a step ahead in the world of sports, and as such, we'll be speaking to your favorite people within the sporting industry and fraternity as it relates to how track and field has impacted them and how they have impacted track and field. Now today we have a special guest. Some of you guys know her, some of you guys don't, and her name is Charokee Young.
Hi, my name is Charokee Young. I attend the Texas A&M University. I'm 20 years old. I was the 2019 triple gold medalist at the ISA Boys and Girls Championship. I was the 2017 silver medalist at the Carifte Games. Last year, I won the bronze medal at the SEC Championship. And this year, I'm doing the 400. Last year, I did the 800. And I'm just looking forward to do great things.
Okay, so welcome Charokee to the Sports Latte. Today we'll be talking about evolving in strides. A lot of you guys might be wondering how does that relate to her or what evolving in strides means. But we're going to talk about her journey. We're also going to talk about how she has matured over the years in track and field and how her track and field career has helped her in her life. So Charokee, we can talk about before the whole track and field thing came about, before people knew you could run, how did you feel?
I was like a regular person before the whole track and field thing came up. I always loved track and field. I just always wanted to be a part of that sport. I normally watch the ISA Boys and Girls Championship going on the TV. And it just looked so fun to me. I was not thinking about going to university or anything. I just knew I wanted to be a part of the sport.
Okay, so that whole thing happened when you're at Charlemont, right?
Yeah.
So it was a regular girl just living life, going to school, going home. And after that, she was spotted by a coach. All of a sudden, we see this Charokee at Heidel. And that's when everything started. Now, I remember one day I said something to her. This is kind of after. I'm going to just skip forward a little bit so you can get some context. But I remember one day I said to her, Casey, why are you so talented? Oh, that's her nickname, by the way. I said, Casey, why are you so talented? And she said to me, I'm not talented, I'm hardworking. And it shows in her journey. So we can just give a little rundown of Heidel, how that was. By the way, Heidel is a high school in Jamaica that partakes in the ISA Boys and Girls Championships. They're like one of the main rivals amongst the top schools. So she was really trying to make her spot because she's getting a huge opportunity. And we can just talk about that little experience at Heidel.
Okay, so before I went to Heidel, I went to Charlemont, which is in St. Catherine. I went there for almost 3 years because I started there in 7th grade and went all the way up until 9th grade. Then I moved in 9th grade to Heidel. I was at Charlemont. I was not really performing the way I wanted to, so I decided to go to another school that is doing very well in track and field, which is Heidel. Whenever I went to Heidel, I was not good. I was like one of the slowest persons on the team. But I went there with an aim and with a goal to do good and to be one of the top athletes at the ISA Boys and Girls Championship. Probably not the same year I went there, but eventually. So I had a goal. Whenever I went there, my first year, I didn't do as good, but I was working really hard. I wanted to just improve on all my times. It didn't happen the first year, but the second year, everything just started to make progress. I hit personal best in all my marks, and I also started to participate in the 800 meters. After like a year or so, I started to get adjusted to the program, the workouts and everything. I trust the process, and I just worked really hard, and I just started to see improvement. the first year I competed for Heidel, the ISA Boys and Girls Championship, I was ranked to become, to place third in the 400 meters and third in the 800 meters. And I finished 5th in the 400 meters and 3rd in the 800 meters. And I was a part of the gold medal team for the 4x4. So I did pretty good, not what I expected to do, but it was a start. And from that moment on, I got better and better. The next year, I got silver medal in the 400, and I got the gold medal in the 800. And then my final year, I got gold medal in everything that I did. So each year, I worked on getting better and better, and I did just that.
So we can see that her Heidel career literally shows you someone who is hardworking, someone who acknowledges the fact that at the beginning, she acknowledged the fact that, yo, these girls are fast. But what is the decision I'm going to make to be just as fast as them, or maybe be the fastest girl in my event? And it's so lovely to see that in her career, as much as she improved in her performance, her character also improved. So she was the captain in her last year at Heidel, and that's really commendable. That shows that that shows someone who has leadership, that shows someone who knows the ropes of the track and field, can lead the younger children. Because to give you a little rundown of champs, there are different classes. So you have class 4, 3, 2, and 1, and that's by age. And she was in class 1 at the time, one of the older girls, someone who other schools could look up to her and be like, yes, that's a captain. Yes, she's leading by example. And she was always a focused person. And it's lovely to see that her Heidel career improved, because you have some people that they start off good, and then after that, you don't hear about them. So we can see that she was evolving in strides at Heidel. It's so interesting to hear that she did the 800, because anybody that knows track and field and events, you have long distance, you have short distance, you have, stuff like that. Why did you choose, or how did you feel doing the 800? Because I don't think it was a choice thing, right? How did you feel doing
it? It was not a choice.
At Heidel.
So the 800, I did not like the 800. I'm still not a huge fan of the 800. It just so happens that I'm very good at it. And the coach that I had, which is Mr. Corey Bennett and Mr. Small, they know what they were doing. They know how to coach me. They knew what my body can do. It wasn't based on my choice what I wanted to do. It was like just my coaches and what they can see, because sometimes as an athlete, you don't always see everything. So you just have to trust the people that are put above you to make the right decisions and choices that is going to benefit you in the future. So they saw that I could do the 800. I didn't see that. I still don't think I'm an 800 athlete. But they saw that I could do the 800, and they were like, Young, we're going to run the 800. I was like, ew. But like, the way they would have me practice, I was not like a sole 800 athlete where, I was doing all the long runs and all that. They found like little bits and pieces to fit the 800 into my workout. So it was not like very overwhelming, but I was just getting enough work in, all the work that I need to get done, and just to do my best in the 800, but still training for the 400. So it was not really a problem. I would just have to like trust my coach and trust the whole process of doing that. But I did not like the 800. I did really good at it. On the outside looking in, you would think that I'm a great 800 athlete and I trained for 800 and all of that, but that was not the case. But everybody in my camp, like my coaches, my teammates, they would know that I was not training, like I was not doing 800 workouts or any of that. I just could do the 800, and whenever it's time to compete, I trust my training, I trust my coach and everybody around me, then I go out and execute. Which
is great. So we can see that Champs she's literally in a new territory. Champs was one of the highlights of her high school career, and then she had done CXC and Cape, right? And
Pardon?
did
What did you say?
CXC and Cape. You did CXC and Cape?
Oh no, I did not do Cape.
Oh, so she did CXC.
Oh, you did CXC.
And she did well in it, graduated with being a captain, doing well in her subjects, and that says a lot about a student athlete. So that says a lot about a student athlete, seeing that she can both work out in the evenings, sometimes in the mornings, you know, just tedious workouts, her body going through a lot of excessive work, as well as doing well in her schoolwork, prioritizing her time, and we can see how it has molded her into the woman she is today. Now, after Heidel, bam, she's at Texas A&M University. And that's a big deal. It's a big deal for someone who has competed well at Champs to matriculate to a college overseas and do well there. Because a lot of times you can do well at Champs, be a star at Champs, and after, bloops, don't hear anything about you, right? So she has done well so far at Texas A&M, and we can just hear a little bit about that, being a freshman, doing exceedingly well, and now in her second year and still doing well on the 4x4, running the second fastest split. You know, that's a big deal, and a lot of people don't appreciate it. They think that athletes just get up and run. You know, it's a lot of hard work. When everybody else is out, she's training. When everybody's on holiday, she's training. So we can hear about how she feels and how that stride into university, when we can hear about how she felt going into university, and we can also hear about the university experience.
So leaving high school, I had a lot of scholarship offers from a lot of different universities over the US. Crazy enough, Texas A&M, it was not on my list of top pick schools. Like, I did not know about this university at all. But one day I was at practice and this coach came and he was like, yeah, I'm from Texas A&M University, blase, blase. And I'm like, okay, cool. He was like, I want you to come and look, see all the good things I'm telling you about this university. I'm sure if you come there, you're gonna love it and all that. So I went on a visit to this university in December, and they showed, so it was hot. It was close, because I can take a plane right now and be in Jamaica in like 3 hours. So that is awesome. And I just thought that this school would be the best school, not to mention their great academic history, which as a student athlete, you have to also cater for your academic side, not only track and field, because your academics is really important. So I was looking at all those aspects, and I decided that Texas A&M is the place for me. So whenever I got here, everything was different. Like, it was a lot. It was really overwhelming. The transition from high school to college, it's very hard. The schoolwork is different. It's hard. You have to focus on not only trying to be good on the track, but also in your schoolwork. You have to be consistent with everything you do. And just be an adult. Like, you have to be very responsible to be in college and manage school, practice, time, everything. Like, it was a huge step, because in Heidel, I was living on dorm, and like the people sat above me, like my dorm mother, my coaches, and everybody, they were like responsible for a majority of stuff. But like, I'm here now, I live in an apartment by myself. I have to do everything by myself, my laundry, be responsible for my food, everything. So everything is just different. It's just a part of being an adult. Like, you have to take care of stuff. You have to handle your business. But I just did what I had to do. Some of the skills that I learned from Heidel, I try to transition it into college, and that works for me. Also stay in contact with like my coaches and my family members, my parents, and they also helped as a guide for me to get all I needed to get done, and just to stay focused. All that contributed. And for practice, it was very hard to transition into a new program. It's not like high school, everything is different. Everybody does stuff different. And the biggest thing is to trust your coaches and just trust that whatever they set out for you is going to work for you, and just do your best in every aspect, because every single inch counts.
Yeah. So do you feel like that journey going into A&M, even the journey at Heidel, a lot of times we don't address it, but your company, the company you had around you, right? Do you think that helped to motivate you to be the Cherokee you are today? People telling you that you can do this, motivating you, you know? Do you feel like that was also an influential part of your career as well as your family? Because seeing that you said you were on dorm, that obviously means you weren't always around your family, right? So you're literally kind of experiencing the college life already, being away from them. So it kind of prepared you for what you're experiencing now, as well as them being prepared for you to leave, right? So do you feel like having everybody away from you in some sense, but still rooting for you, wanting you to do well, helped you on your journey?
Well, basically, I'm a self-motivated person. I try to find different means of motivating myself, but I also think that the people around you, they play a huge part in the decisions you make, the choices you make, and all of those stuff that comes with it. So the people that I keep around me, the people that are in my circle, are definitely very important in some of the decisions that I make. And I don't think I keep anybody in my circle that I think is gonna make me make any stupid decisions. My closest friends, like all of them are like people that I trust with certain stuff. My family, I can always go to them knowing that they have my best interest. And I definitely think that the people that you have around you, they influence your choices and the decisions. And that is why it's very important to have good and positive people around you at all times.
And it's a beautiful thing for you to be able to say that confidently, to say that you have people that have your back, even though you are a self-motivated person. Because some days you're not going to always be up. You're not going to always want to, you have somebody to say, Casey, you got this, a little word of encouragement before a race. And that's a big deal. It's huge, and it's very important. To all the athletes out there, you can take Charokee's piece of advice. Also, so we can see that her A&M journey, it kind of just started, kind of never just started, but we can see that she has done exceptionally well. She hasn't lowered the standard of excellence, and I hope you guys can take the little bits and tips from her journey. You can literally see, if you go watch the videos, if you hear the story, you can literally see her evolving in strides. You can see that just like a 400, you have different phases of the race, and you can look at that as it relates to her life. She did every stage and she did it well. She, held her composure, and when she's finished, I guess we'll hear about it again. But it's such a pleasure talking with Charokee all the time, hearing that, hard work is important, success is important, aiming for excellence is important, and if you set a standard for yourself, not to lower the standard. And those are the important tips I took from her, talking about evolving in strides. And it was a pleasure talking to you, Charokee. So we thank you for doing this interview with the Sports Latte, and we hope that we can have a follow-up interview when A&M is finished, and we can hear how the journey was, so that people can see that this isn't just a one-hit wonder girl. This is somebody who knows what they want and is going for it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, we're back again with Charokee Young, and this is our bonus feature. I know you guys are looking out for it in every episode. Stay tuned. We'll get to see a different side of the athletes, and in this episode we will be doing a this or that. So let's see what Charokee's preferences are. I know you guys see her on Instagram at cherokee.gabriella, and her link will be in the description below. You guys can,
you know the vibe.
you guys can check her out. Before we do this or that, I just want to let you guys know that in Jamaica we don't have the glitz and glam of running, but she was still one of the hottest girls on the track, right?
Period.
And the standard never changed when she went to A&M. The only difference is that she could be herself. So we're gonna do a this or that. Ready, Charokee?
Yeah.
Okay, sneakers or heels?
Sneakers.
Lashes or a full beat?
Lashes. Like, y'all see this? Y'all seen this? Short tights to run in, or the underwear one? The panty, yo. Drop a picture of the panty. I'm gonna go with whatever I feel comfortable, you know. So the panty.
Jamaican accent or American accent?
Jamaican accent, but if I talk this way because nobody understands me if I speak Jamaican here.
800 or 400?
4 bills, of course.
4x4 or 4x1?
4x4. Hell no, I ain't running no 4x1.
Are you a girl that likes to stay in or go out?
That's a hard one. Kind of both. Yeah, kind of both. It all depends. Right now, because I'm in track season, I like to stay in. Whenever I'm not in track season, I'm going out.
Prioritize, guys. Prioritize. Travel or stay home? Home meaning Jamaica.
Travel.
Let's try to find a hard one. Champs or NCAA?
I would say NCAA because it's way harder, and whenever the competition is way harder, you're gonna run faster, and I'm always gonna choose to run faster, so NCAA.
Okay, so I'm gonna just ask you some other questions. That's it for the this or that. Do you see yourself running at the Olympics?
Yes, that is my long-term goal, which is not really long-term because the Olympics is coming up this year, but that is one of my main goals. I want to make the Olympic team.
And what do you have to say to athletes out there, aspiring athletes out there, the ones that are transitioning from sixth form to college or fifth form to college? What do you have to say to them in this COVID-19 time?
Okay, what I have to say to y'all is make sure you put God first. That is very important. Make sure you always pray and just have faith in God that He'll help you to exceed your limits, help you to get everything done. Make sure that you take care of your business. Do not depend on other people to do stuff for you. Make sure you get all the things you need to get done. Ensure that you stay focused, stay committed. That is really important. Stay committed and continue to work hard, and do not wait until last minute to do stuff. It's important that you do everything that you can as soon as possible, and just trust the process.
Okay, thanks, Charokee. You guys can find her on Instagram at Charokee, CHAROKEE.Gabriella, GABRELA. And you can follow.
They can drop the name down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Follow me.
You guys can go and follow her. I hope you guys took the bits and tips from this. Follow the Sports Latte on Instagram. You can check for all our new updates of the videos that are coming out. and go and like, share, comment, and subscribe on this video. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Frankie Music Studio, located at 111B Mollines Road, and Zen Beauty Essentials, which comprises of Zen for Living, which is a podcast streamed on all platforms, Zen by Aids, which is a mobile nail service, and Zenwick, which offers candles. You can check them out on Instagram as well. Thank you for joining us today. Remember, in this time of COVID, to wear your mask, hand sanitize, social distance, and save a life. See you guys. Bye.